Hi, I'm Bob from Online Guitar Lessons Australia. My local business names are Campbelltown Guitar Lessons and EBS Music Education Services. Between those three businesses, I've got 40 plus 5-star reviews on Google. Please check them out. Today is all about showing you how I go about teaching lessons online. During the COVID lockdown, I was able to develop the techniques and experience and the equipment to give a lesson I think that was equal to my face-to-face lessons. So let's start. Okay, the first thing is camera views. I use 3 cameras, so we're going to get a view. An overall view like this. Then what I can do is I can change to a very guitar-centric view. Okay, now you're going to get both right and left hands, for instance, and I've also got a third camera set up for close-ups. Okay, so now you can very clearly see what's going on in the left hand. Let's go back to our main view. Okay. Now, one of the great things we can do, and I use Zoom, one of the great things we can do is we can share the screen. Okay, so one of the things we can do is take an example like this and share it. Okay. And this would be an audio track that I might have sent you to play along to. But even better still, we can do this. We can actually share something from the Band in a Box program, and you can play along with it at home. I'll share this screen for you. Now what we can do is I can play this track and I can actually point the way for you and call the chords out and the counting out for you to help keep your place. 1, 2, 3, 4. C, 2, 3, 4. A minor, 2, 3, 4. B minor, 2, 3, 4. G, 2, 3, 4. C, 2, 3, 4. A minor, 2, 3, 4. B minor, 4. G. We can do one better than that. I can actually split the screen and you can see me playing and see this scrolling chord chart going by. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4. C, A minor, B minor, G, 2, 3, 4, C, 2, 3, 4, A minor. So, okay, back to our other view. Now the great beauty of this is that after the lesson, I can actually send you a recording of this entire lesson, including those screen shares. We can't play together across the internet. That's the only limitation. Okay, but you can play along with me at home using these videos. And the great advantage of this is that if, and I don't recommend this, but if you're using a small pad or a phone, okay, it's going to be very difficult for you to get a clear image of what I'm doing. But when I send you the recording, you can actually play this back on a TV or a larger screen, and it'll be very easy to see what I'm doing, and you'll be able to play along with that with a much higher quality sound than you can off your phone. So that's the most important thing with that. Now, methodology, okay, that I kind of list that on my website, but what you can do is check out the rest of this YouTube channel and you'll see some of my example lessons on guitar and ukulele and bass, for instance, okay. Also some examples of the different styles that I play as a lead guitar player and a little bit of my performances, okay. So that gives you an overview of what I do and what I have done and so on. I've written, this will be a little bit awkward, but I'll just change camera view for this, okay. I've written 5 guitar books, a ukulele book, whoops, wrong screen, let's go down to our view. Okay, I've written 5 guitar books. I just have a couple here. You might be able to just get a quick picture. All right, that's just one of them. Throw that on the floor. Ukulele book. And these are just a couple of the books I've got at hand at the studio at the moment. Okay, you can see they're very comprehensive, and I wasn't happy with what was available on the market, so basically I wrote my own. Okay, now if we compare that to the lessons of some of my opposition, these have been brought in by students from where they previously learnt. You can see that these lazy, contemptuous efforts are not really tuition, they're just entertainment. If your guitar lessons look like that, you're really not getting your value for your money. So my advice is that you need a skills-based form of tuition that eventually will move you into songs for your own enjoyment and to mimic what happens in real life. But if all you're getting is favourite bits and pieces scribbled out like that, I mean, that is incredibly lazy. If all you're getting is scribbled out lessons like that, you're not getting your money's worth. And I would suggest you look for another teacher. Okay, hopefully it might be me online. But if not, get somebody who does have a methodology and a plan to get you from A to B and whatnot. I always say to people, my face-to-face students and my online students, I always say I would like you to finish your lessons with me with something real that you take away that will keep you playing for life. In other words, you leave me having learned some skills like timing, chord changing ability, the ability to follow a chord chart, the ability to play along with music and keep your place, or if you lose your place, find it again quickly, okay, pick it up from where you left off and keep going. This is a professional skill. No reason why amateurs shouldn't have it either. Okay, you don't have to want to be a professional to want to play well. The audio, everything comes to you at a high quality. The audio goes directly into my mixing desk, to my computer interface, and out to you via the net. The only thing that's picked up by the microphone is my voice. Okay, so you're going to get some pretty serious sounding backings. Okay, they're actually going to sound full and so on, and you can play them back on a TV with a sound bar or a home theatre system, and they're going to sound terrific. Okay, and you're going to be able to play along with them and get a wide range of sound. And as I said, by being able to record your lesson, okay, you're going to be able to play along with these backings and mimic what would happen on a daily basis for your practice if you're a face-to-face student. Now, with the support material, okay, once again, go up to some of the other videos on this YouTube channel, okay, and have a look, okay, and you'll find that I have lots of different videos up there already as demonstrations of support material. What I do is, with every one of my students, I create a personal Google folder, or a Google folder on my Google Drive. I give you the link to that, and that's your own personal folder, not a generic one. I give you the link to that, okay, and you basically click on the link, it opens your folder, and you can then download your lessons, okay. So we could download a recording of the lesson that you had that day, or any supplementary material that I want to give you, like backings, because I use backings like the ones I just played for you a minute ago. I use those so that people can practice along with something consistent, something that helps their timing, something that teaches you to keep your place. Okay, so I do that and I upload that up into your Google Drive. Okay, along with, of course, the video and supplementary videos that go with it. Now, what do you need? Okay, well, the bare basics, of course, apart from an instrument, would be that you need, I would say, a laptop with a webcam in it. Okay. The second thing is a separate microphone. A microphone separate to the webcam helps matters along enormously. It allows me to balance the sound out. When you're playing along with the backings at home, I can listen to you play those backings. Okay. Having a separate microphone gives you a lot more control. Now, these can be got for $25 at places like Officeworks. You don't need to spend a lot of money. You can get ones with a little volume control on them, which is even better. So it's just a $25 to $50 maximum USB microphone. So that's the first thing that's really useful. Headphones are the other thing. A lot of people have already got them because they're online gaming or they're just listening that way so they don't disturb other members of the household. That's fine. And once again, you don't need to spend a lot of money on a set of headphones or a mic. Okay. Now, what else do we need? To play along with the backings, you need something of reasonable quality. It's really important to hear the low notes in music. That's what musicians use to help them realise when a chord change has actually taken place. I say to people, and this is very common nowadays, get yourself a Bluetooth extension speaker for your phone, download the lesson backings onto your phone and play them from your phone. You can also do it from the computer as well. But I usually find that the computer speakers just don't cut it in terms of bass response. And if you've got an acoustic guitar, you'll often find that you can't get the computer speakers loud enough over the top of your guitar, okay, to hear yourself properly and to hear the backings properly and get those in balance. So a Bluetooth speaker has generally got a better bass response, and you can get more volume out of those little Bluetooth speakers. So that would be the best possible setup of the lot. USB mic, set of headphones, okay, something to play back your backings with, a Bluetooth extension speaker, or you could download the lessons from my Google Drive onto your computer, put them on a USB stick and take them over to your TV and play them along with your TV. So these are the ideal methods. With people who have a pad or a phone, I think the ideal would be then to download those from the Google Drive, okay, and take them and play them back on your TV. You're not going to be able to see my hands very well on a small phone screen. We can always try it, and I've got a lot of experience with Windows machines in particular, and a lot of experience with Zoom, and I can help you set all of that up to make it work properly. But there are some limitations with the pad versions and the phone versions. Okay, they don't give you all of the audio tools, so we can try those, but I can't guarantee a good result on pads and phones. We actually need the desktop client, okay, what they call a desktop client for Zoom, as opposed to a browser version. Okay, the desktop client has all the great audio tools that only Zoom seems to offer. Okay, the desktop client is the one that you actually need to work. Now, Zoom is free. You download it from my Google Drive. Okay, install it, and if you sign up and register, it will allow you to start a meeting, and then you can test your microphone, your headphones, get a nice clear signal, balance things out. You can do a lot of tests and record it and play it back and make sure it's all working. So even if you register, it doesn't cost you anything. So I would encourage you all to do that. Play around with Zoom, and if you decide to have lessons with me, okay, you're halfway there with your setup and you know it all works. Okay, I'm offering first 2 lessons don't cost you anything, 2 free lessons. The first one will be mainly, as I say on my website, to help you set all this up. The second one will be to find out what you know, what you don't know, and show you what you're going to learn. That allows you to find out whether this is the direction that you want to take. Thanks for your time. Ciao.